Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. While many Broadway plays never even make it through their first season, there is a local play that is about to hit the stage for its 90th year. With us now is Phil Brigandi. He knows a little bit about this and a lot about history. He's with the Ramona Bowl. Thank you very much for being here.
You're very welcome.
Well, tell us about the Ramona Bowl for people who have no idea what this thing is.
Well, the Ramona Bowl is a natural amphitheater, an outdoor theater up in the hills where we put on a play called Ramona since 1923. It's out in Hemet in Riverside County.
Now, this is a historical play in a historical environment.
That's right. The play, the 90-year-old play, oldest outdoor play in the nation, is based on an 1880s novel called Ramona by Helen Hunt Jackson, who wanted to write sort of an Uncle Tom's Cabin for the American Indian. And so it's based on real incidents that happened in Southern California back in the 1870s and 80s. So there's history on top of history on top of history.
What are some of the historical events that are portrayed in the play?
Well, some of the Indian history, you see the way the Indians were treated in those days, so it's not always a pretty story. For example, when the Indians were driven out from the village at Temecula, there in Riverside County, that's one of the incidents, because in the play, Alessandro, who is Ramona's Indian love, is from Temecula. So Jackson weaves these real events into the lives of her fictional characters.
So you get a historical lesson in addition to being entertained.
Yes, it's meant to be an eye-opener, just like Jackson's novel, to get people thinking about what's happening, how our government has been treating the Indians. And in some ways, the message is still valid today. Some of the issues Jackson talked about in the 1880s, like, say, healthcare on the reservation, still issues today. So yeah, it's more than just a play.
Yeah, how do you think it's weathered 90 years? Because it stays relevant like that?
I think that's part of it. People are surprised that we haven't rewritten it more to make it more relevant. They don't realize what was in Jackson's novel, what was in Garnet Holmes' original script in 1923 that is held up. Plus, it's a great show. You know, it's done as an outdoor pageant with music and dance and huge sweeping scenes, horses galloping through, and that kind of theater is so unique. That's a strength also.
You know, we are living in an age of all this technology and all this whiz-bang, everything's moving so fast. Have you had to really change much over the years to adapt?
Our biggest concession to the modern era is the actors now wear microphones. Originally, and for many, many years, the whole play was done just on the natural acoustics of the Ramona Bowl, of this canyon. But now people expect a little better sound, but all the music is still done live. You know, we don't do any tricks like that. That part we didn't change. We just put a layer of electronics between.
Yeah, tell us about the Ramona Bowl.
Well, the bowl seats about 5,000 people, and it is a canyon up in the hills, so you sit on one side of the canyon and look across to the hills on the other side, and the action covers the whole hillside. There's places where people are hundreds of yards. There's a point where people are, a quarter mile or more, you know, the posse is riding off over the horizon, and so there's this huge scope of it. And you also get then you know, the rabbits and the hawks circling around and the quail running around. Some people think we keep them in cages backstage to let them out just for the right moment. But so the natural setting is there too, and that's part of the attraction of these outdoor plays.
It sounds like a very special thing to do. It's at the end of April, beginning of May?
Last 2 weekends of April, first weekend of May.
And how do we get tickets?
You can go to our website, ramonabowl.com, and get all the information there.
All right. Very nice to have you here to tell us all about the Ramona Bowl. Thank you very much, Phil Brigandi. And thank you very much for joining us here for this local edition. You can catch more local editions on YouTube and also on the California channel. I'm Leslie Leyton.